Keep the moves on tuck. I know it's all up. Everything good. Keep the vibes on crush. I know it's all good. Know it's all love. Oh, y'all, it's been forever, or maybe not. I don't know. I lost track of time. But today is an exciting day because I am going to be installing Microlocs in my best friend's hair, and I'm going to take y'all along for the journey. So I'm going to show y'all how you can start Microlocs, since I wasn't able to do that for you with my own set. I was only able to talk about it. Now I get to actually show how it is done. So let's get started with this very long day. So I'm going to start with my friend's hair with the most important part, which is the foundation. I'm sure I've told y'all this before in past videos, but again, the foundation is most important, especially if you want a grid, and she wants one. So I'm doing similar to what I did with my own hair, which she actually parted my foundation for me. And now look at the rows reversed. But anyway, I'm going straight down the middle and trying to get it as straight as possible. Her hair is so soft, so every little move I made, the hair was moving. So straight down the middle, and then I'm going straight across the side, or from ear to ear. So that's going to give me 4 sections right off that there. You can stop there, but I like to break it down even further and split up those sections into 4 per big grid section, if that makes sense. So I'm going to split down the middle of the lower half, split down the middle of the upper half, and vice versa. So all in all, it should be about 16 sections, so for 4 per 4 big sections. I hope that makes sense. If not, you will see it happening. So as I'm parting, I am just adding little rubber bands to kind of keep my sections together and moving on. So now that I have finally finished doing the foundation and getting the grid in order, it is now time to start installing these mini twists. So I'm just going to go row by row in a section. I'm using the Lock It Up by Talia Wahi, which I used on my own hair back in the day because I'm seasoned now. But I'm just going to apply a little bit to the section and then just part each, try to get it as nice and straight and square as possible, and just twisting. So when I'm twisting, I am going to braid at the root and then twist down, and then when I get closer to the end, I'm then going to start to braid the end so she won't possibly have the unraveling issues that I had in the beginning of my lock journey, because I didn't braid my ends on my locks. So again, just parting, grabbing the next section, braiding it to start it off, and then twisting it down. With this, you want to make sure I know a lot of people want to have small, super small locks and get as many on their head as possible, but you want to have a good base for your lock, because as your lock progresses and grows, it's going to get heavier, and you don't want to have it too thin, especially if you're possibly going to be taking too long to retighten your hair, and it could then cause you bigger issues further down the line. So get in those sections nice and square and a good size for your hair and your hair type. For each of the sections, I did it different. Some of them, like in this section here, I'm going and doing the perimeter of the section first, because I felt like when I did my own locks, I just worked my way from the bottom to the top, and by the time I got to the top, the rows weren't even, and those sections were kind of thinner than or not as square as I would have liked them. So for her hair, I tried to do and make sure I got the perimeter of each grid section set first before working my way into the center of the section, so we can make sure she has strong. I told you foundation is everything, so try to make sure she has a strong foundation for each section And it also helps to make sure like those parts when she wants to do parts or have a style or something are nice and straight. And I forgot to mention products or tools I'm using. So for this install, you already saw the Lock It Up, I guess it's a gel, I don't really know, by Talia Waheed. Of course, having some duck clips or clips are going to be your friend, especially when you want to keep hair out of the way. I have a rat tail comb, and then later on you'll see me use some oil and some spray once I finish the install. Also, this is day one. This is a 2-day process. Sadly, I didn't want it to be 2 days. I thought I would get it done in 1 day. That did not work. So it took about, I'd say it was like 10 hours the first day. And then the second day, it was probably about 8 or 9. Now I have finished the lower portion of the back half of her head, and after I finished each section, I braided them down just to keep them out of the way while I continue to work, and so I don't have to keep putting rubber bands in her hair and taking them off. So I'm moving on to another section, and just like the other sections you saw me doing, I am starting with the perimeter first, but this is one of the ones where I'm going to do it differently. And I am trying to find a way to speed up this process because doing hair is not fun. I like the outcome, but child, it takes forever. So now I am doing another way where just parting each of the rows out for the section so they're already even, and I can just go row by row once I'm done. So I'm parting each row, twisting it, doing a flat twist, and clipping it, and then once I finish doing that, I will start doing each row. The verdict is still out if this is actually faster or not. Obviously, if it took me this long on day one, it's not, but it's 2 ways that you can do it. It's 2 ways demonstrating that you can do installs. The first way I showed you, doing the perimeter first, or you can do the row by row method that I'm showing here. So we are on day 2. I can't remember how much I did of the back before I moved on to, actually I take that back. I think this is still day 1. I don't know, y'all, I can't remember. Either way, we are on to the front. Praise the Lord. And now I'm just simply doing the same thing. There's not much to it, y'all, except parting really, really nice and making your parts good and square so you can have a nice base to support the growth of your locks. And that's really all there is to it. Okay, so she requested that hers be interlocked on the first day or when the install was complete. As you know, I did not do that with my own hair until about a week or 2 later. But again, I'm going ahead and interlocking with her hair. I'm just doing a 2-point rotation. Excuse me, and my nails were not getting along using this tool at all. I should have got my nails a little shorter. to be more prepared for this day. But again, just doing the 2-point rotation until it feels a little tight. Of course, you can't do that much because this is a new install, so there's not any new growth, but it's just essentially to get them secure in place and start the lock journey. And also it's really just to make it look a lot neater. So on the back of her head, you can see she has an undercut. I think I forgot to even mention that in the beginning of the video, but she has an undercut, but she also has this small area in the back that has some breakage and is really, really short. So I attempted to twist it. That was a fail. So now I'm using my instant lock tools to try to establish some kind of lock. It didn't work how I wanted it to, but we will revisit it when we do her retie. So this is the final look with everything installed. I also forgot to mention that we started on blow dried hair, but y'all probably saw that. But this is everything installed, interlocked, and now I am about to try to give her a style for the next day because this is Sunday, so she has to go to work the following day. So after y'all get these 360 views of her hair and her grid, I'm going to give her a little hair do. So all I did for her hair, my camera died, so I wasn't able to record me actually doing it, but I gave her 2 flat twists going down the side to the back and then braided the rest of the hair that was left out so she can kind of have a braid out style for her next day. And she did send me some photos of her hair in the morning when she took out the braids, so we can get the full look, the full view of what her install looked like and came out. So thank you all for watching. I hope this helps you or motivates you to start your own Microloc journey because you won't regret it, girl. Take the lead. I'll see y'all in the next one.